Alright guys, today I want to open up this differential cover right here because my locking differential for the front is not working. We're gonna check it out and have a look and see what's going on. So let me just pop off those two ties. That is out, and we're just gonna pull out the wheel. I put the nut back on so we don't have anything to disturb the threads because you don't want to damage the threads. Alright, so now let's get down in this box here, see what's going on. We're using a 2.0 to remove this differential cover. Got a little magnet. We're gonna put this in. So in all, you got 4 screws to remove to take up that differential cover. And if you can see that one all the way down here, and there's this one. So let's pull them out. Alright guys, so let me show you what the issue that I'm facing with the front locking differential. So check this out. I'm using the cable and pulling it with my hand. So I'm doing it manually. So you can see the reaction. This is open and close, open and close, open. So everything is free. Everything is moving free now. When we close, still slipping. See? Slipping. You notice this gear here is not moving, still slipping. So I'm pulling on it really tight. Sometimes it moves and then it slips again. So it's to move just like that all the time. So I think we have something going on there. I want to believe this piece of gear right here, something is going on there. So it's not going in a groove and staying there. Alright, so we have some issue there. I'll have to take down the whole thing and take a look at it. So let's see what's going on. To remove the system, to get these things out, we have to remove this nut here, and there's one at the bottom down here. So we're gonna have to take that off. It's got a little bushing. See that bushing right here? Be careful with it. You don't want to lose this. So use our magnet and hold it. Alright, so there's one screw at the bottom here. We're gonna have to flip this over. Alright, so now let's remove the screw here. Okay, you got that little bushing again, so be careful with it. Okay, remember the bushing, guys. Alright, so this is off. I'll have to take up the steering rod and stuff here. Just one screw. So now we can pull it apart. And there you go. So remove this. There you go. Now we can remove the pieces. Alright, let's see if it's gonna come out. We have to remove this piece here. This is what locking the differential. This is a piece of plastic. Remove this piece. There's the wire would go in this little hole right here. So this is off, and now we can remove the whole system. See, simple like that. Everything is out. All right, so now we can check out the gears and see what's going on. This is your bearing. This here is your piece of gear that will go in here and lock. Why is not locking? Let's try to figure this out. It's got that pin right here. Have to go between the splines. Like so. And this supposed to go like so and lock. You know, when you're pushing, it just supposed to lock and turn everything. So I don't know. It's not much going on here, guys. Just this little pin, the bearing, and this bearing, you have to kind of press it out to come out. So it's not easily slipping out like that, you know. This one will slide out easy. There's not much going on here. And these are the little splines, you know. There's a little something in there. See that? Yeah, there's a little bearing. I wonder where that bearing came from. this little thing. I don't know where it came from, but it looked like that what causing the problem. Oh, now we go inside the flesh, guys. This little piece of ball was causing a problem. Now the gear going fit flush. It wasn't fitting flush all the time. I was seeing the grooves like so. So that's where he was sleeping. So this little ball get in the way. The bearing is not busted. So, you know, things can happen. I don't see any space for that little ball to go. So that just looked like it get dropped in there for whatsoever reason. Yeah, there is no space here for this ball. And because he was sitting in a groove, the gear couldn't sit flat. So now the gear is sitting flat in there. Look at that. So we're going to put it back the way it come out. We're going to keep this ball close by. Put that on our magnet. That's it. All right, it's in place. So now we want to see what it's going to do. It's moving back and forth, and it's going all the way inside now. I can definitely see that it's going in flush. Before he wasn't doing that. See that piece of metal here? Between there, see here? Before he wasn't going in flush because of the ball. All right, so now we can put in the screws and hook it up and see what's going on. We're not going to tighten it all the way just in case we have to remove it. All right, so now we can try the gears and see. We have to put up the tires so we can hold it and see if it's pulling. Yep, it's working. Working perfect. So let's pull that cable. Now it's open. Yep. It's working. Alright guys, so I got it to work. Perfect. So that little ball right here, that little thing was driving it crazy. It wasn't functioning because it couldn't go and sit flat in there because of that little ball. So I guess, you know, why they're putting it together, this little bearing or piece of solder or whatsoever it is slip and get in the way. Alright, so it's working. Everything is good. Now I'm just going to pull on the tire and tighten up everything. So the problem solved. front locking differential is back together. I tell you, man, this thing was driving me nuts. I couldn't believe that a new vehicle, the front wheel is not locking. So as we all see, that little bearing or that piece of metal was in the space of the locking differential gear, so then it couldn't go and sit down flat. So we found the problem, guys, and this is wonderful to see that we can find the problem. So now we can put back total cover and we can tighten up everything. Okay, I'm gonna do some time lapse and get this over with.